I wanted to start this video off by just thanking every single one of you who got the opportunity to watch the previous video that I posted back in January, and a huge thank you also to the people that not only watched it but also left a comment providing feedback and suggestions and even just the comments praising my work as if I had created something super cool. Trust me when I tell you that I'm very proud of the fact that I put this channel together, but all of the credit in the world goes to the artists that actually made all of those different assets from Nintendo, because like I mentioned in that video, I was trying to use as much official art as possible, because the idea was that it was like a compilation of all this different art that is present across different properties of Pokemon, not just the mainline games but also spin-offs, and the fact that I was kind of mimicking the aesthetic that is present in a lot of those Pokemon guides that you would purchase back in the day when you'd play like Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. The fact that I was kind of mimicking that aesthetic was to me just a really fun experience. But again, kudos to all the people that actually made that art. All I did was kind of take it and compile it, but I do appreciate the kind comments from all of you. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update before July hit, because it's been quite a few months since I uploaded, but trust me when I tell you that it's for good reason. Life has been quite busy, as I imagine it's been for a lot of you. I live in Los Angeles, and living in LA this year has definitely been quite the experience, between fires happening earlier in the year and a lot of craziness going on right now, just in general. So it's definitely been an experience. So trust when I tell you that it hasn't just been me here doing nothing. I've been playing Emerald Seaglass periodically on my own time over the last 6 months. I've only collected, as of now, 2 gym badges, but let me tell you what a fun experience it has been, just playing it every couple of days, sometimes every couple of weeks, not thinking about it constantly. It kind of enriches the experience when I come back to it. And I don't know if that's just placebo from me, trying to play this game over a more extended period of time, and just wanting that to be a good experience, or if it genuinely is. I couldn't tell you if it's placebo or not, but I can tell you for a fact that it feels nice when I play the game. I like to bounce around between Emerald Seaglass and Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I mentioned in that last video is one of my favorites of the more modern Pokemon offerings, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I have been building the team out. I've got a team of 6 right now, but I'm rotating them and kind of trying to see what works best depending on like which gym I'm battling, and the grind has definitely been real. I don't have any kind of fast forwarding when I play this game on the Switch, so I'm playing the game in real time, and I have to grind every single battle in real time, which can definitely be a bit of a time consuming process, but it's been fun. It's been fun because I'm not doing it every single day for days on end, and then I totally get why some people would like that. One of my goals for this summer is actually to provide a few more updates with the actual journal, because trust me, I have been doing a couple of doodles and just keeping track of which Pokemon have been really useful in important battles, namely those 2 gym battles that I had to go through to get the badges. So I'll be providing some more updates, and my goal for the end of the summer is to try to take some more time with the game and try to get a couple more badges. I'd like to get 3 more badges, because I work in education, so once the summer's over, it's all hands on deck again. A lot of my time gets taken up by my job, and so the summer is really going to be an important time for me to get some of that gameplay time in, so that I can get a few more badges and build out my team a little better. The last couple of months, I have been taking some time to learn a little bit more about competitive Pokemon. Now, I don't know necessarily that I'm going to be getting into it at any point, because the arrival of Legends ZA for me is definitely something that I feel I'm gonna have a lot of fun with, and so trying to also learn the meta and getting the Pokemon themselves, I know, is quite the hassle when you're trying to build out the best team possible. So competitive Pokemon is something that I'm trying to be a spectator of, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna really get into it myself. What I can tell you though is that something I'd love to try at some point is Draft League, Pokemon Draft League. I've been watching quite a few of PokeAim MD, or Joey, I guess is his name, his videos, and they've been incredibly informative, not to mention unbelievably good editing, and just kudos to him for putting out such high quality content. It's been incredibly entertaining and informative, and so I'm definitely going to continue watching it well into the future. And I've learned a lot about the Draft League format and how many different formats exist for it, and how prevalent each format is, and what's allowed in each format, and how they differ fundamentally from one another. And one of the ones that I found really interesting was that they had done a Draft League, I think it was either Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, but it was basically like a Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald meta Draft League, but within one of the GameCube games, so that they could actually see the battles in higher quality than the offerings of Pokemon Emerald on the Game Boy Advance, we'll say. And I thought that was super cool. And I'm going to look into that a little bit more, because I find that aspect of competitive, because it's older and it's a little more restricted and contained within what would have been like 330 something Pokemon, maybe 400. No, I think Gen 3 was around 300. So yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool to learn about that stuff, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. There wasn't really much of a point to this video as far as Emerald Seaglass goes, but what I can tell you is that I've collected a few more of those little wishing stars, which, if you're not familiar with Emerald Seaglass, I guess is it's just an in-game item that allows you to get random Pokemon at a wishing well. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about is the possibility of doing some streams, and I think those streams would be a really good place to use those wishing stars, so you guys can kind of experience with me the process of dropping it in the well and getting a Pokemon out of it, because I've done it once or twice in Emerald Seaglass, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, so I'd definitely love to do it with other people on stream. And then if anybody wants to suggest like a nickname for the Pokemon, I think that would be really cool. So yeah, definitely something that I've been thinking about. I've also been thinking about my follow-up to the journal itself, because aside from doing something like a Generation 4 or a Gen 2 remake journal, I've been thinking about doing like a hardcover version of the one that I already made, because I was watching this really cool video on how to do like a DIY hardcover journal, and I figured that would be really, really cool. As you can tell, a lot of my motivation for stuff is very dependent on whether it's cool or not whether or not it has any real practical application. Because I know for the vast majority of people, this type of journal is impractical. I mean, you're already playing the game. The idea that you would stop and journal it in the middle of playing the game, or after a session of playing the game, like it's for a lot of people just not something that they're really into. For me, I've been having a lot of fun with it. So even aside from my personal journal, I've been writing small entries in the Emerald journal when I get a chance, and it's a lot of fun, and I know that there are other people that like it, so it makes me very happy to know that those people can kind of share in that experience with me, even if I'm not getting to see it right away. I hope that anyone who uses the Emerald journal or any future journal that I put together, and that when they use it, I hope that they send me some pictures. I would really, really love to see the kind of stuff that you would put in there if you decide to use it. But obviously, if that's not for you, then that's totally cool too. I'm not really that active on social media. I used to be more active on Twitter, but being what it is, being Twitter, obviously is it's challenging to be on there for lengthy periods of time. But I think what would be really good is like a full-on reset where all I see on Twitter is really cool Pokemon related or video game related stuff. So I'm going to try to move in that direction. But yeah, that was really all I had to say. Just kind of a couple of updates on what I've been doing, what I've been thinking about, and where I'm planning on heading creatively. I'm not 100% sure what the next plan is after I finish Emerald Seaglass. I'm not too sure, or at least once I get the badges and beat the Elite Four, because finishing the game is obviously something that you can define in many different ways, whether that's like collecting a certain amount of shinies, or completing the national decks, or whatever, right? So I don't know exactly, or even things like the Battle Frontier. Like, I don't even know what the plan is for that, if I'm going to try to tackle that, or if that's just something that I'm going to leave off to the side maybe for a longer term venture. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun just playing the game, and I figured I would take the time right now to kind of give you guys a small update, and I hope you guys are doing well too. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope the last 6 months of 2025 have been treating you well, and I think that's it. I hope you guys have a good one, and I will be updating you guys soon. Take care.